o'clock. Time's going to change as we change directions. One o'clock. So we just spun ourselves around. Calves on the inside, moms on the outside. Looking at over 25 years of data collected from whale watching boats and research boats, we found that more often than not, the calf's actually between the mom and the boat rather than being on the outside. It's interesting. There's the fluke. Big fluke from Scylla. A lot of times people ask if the moms try to keep the calves away from boats, and a lot of people speculated that the calf would be on the outside, but more often than not, the calf is on the inside between the mom and the boat. Greater shearwater here at 2 o'clock, flying towards our 3 o'clock. Whales up at our 3 o'clock. Switch directions again. That was the calf. Not uncommon for the calf to come up and breathe even though mom hasn't. They can't hold their breath as long, and Scylla's behavior is what we call random. Back and forth, switching directions a lot. There's no real pattern to what she's doing, and that's often typical when a whale's feeding or looking for food. So Scylla just came up in the bubbles at 1 o'clock. So you can see the bubble cloud, and it looks like we have another humpback coming towards us at 4. That's likely going to be Orbit coming back in here. So there's the calf at 1 o'clock and Scylla. Gorgeous look at this pair. Flippers are out by Scylla. The calf is right next to her. Follow the green. Those are those long white flippers reflecting through all the algae in the water. They're a third of the body length on an adult. Mom and calf, 2 o'clock, coming right towards us. Follow the green. You're going to get a great look here. Calf's coming up. You can see the size difference between mom and calf there. And you also might have noticed all the barnacles all over the calf's head. Now, humpbacks all have black bumps on their head. Those are called tubercles. Whalers call them stovebills. And each one of those black bumps has a hair or a cat-like whisker in it. But the calf, you might have noticed little white barnacles. And that's sort of a typical characteristic of a calf. They get those barnacles from their mom's belly. That's where they do their nursing, on the underside of the mom. And so those barnacles from mom actually come off on the calf's head. So it's not unusual for the calf to have tons of barnacles on their head. Now, some humpbacks do have a lot of barnacles on their body. Sometimes we see them on their chin. Minke whale at 10 on their flippers, other parts. But this head barnacle coverage is a characteristic of a calf. So that's one way you can tell. All right, watch all around the boat for Scylla. Her bubbles aren't coming up too much ahead of her. So they're sort of coming up about the same time, which means she's getting that food a lot deeper in the water. And we should have Orbit, who just came back towards us as well. So watch around the boat. So do keep watching around the boat. We should have 3 humpbacks, mom, calf, adult. Minke whale out at 11. Minke whales are pretty fast and very sleek. Humpback behind us at 5. Ooh, we have Freckles coming back in. Humpback ahead at 12. That's Scylla. So we're just going to move slowly towards Scylla. So 5 o'clock, 12 o'clock. $12:30. Flukes. That calf raising its fluke as well. So Scylla and calf just going on a dive. We've got Bubbles back here at 5 o'clock. It's probably going to be Orbit who is coming up. Bubbles at 5. And Minke whale back at 5, our other humpback. Also back at 5. So 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock's a little bit farther away from us. The 3 o'clock should be closer. And then Scylla and calf on a dive. Whales up at 11 o'clock, came up through Bubbles. $10 o'clock. Scylla and calf.